Hey guys, welcome back to Geek Critique. It's me, Jen, here. I interviewed Steven Strait. So he plays James Holden on The Expanse. When I say interviewed, it's a very brief conversation because he did have to go, but he actually is an extremely intelligent guy and had a lot to say, so check it out.
If you could push any of your castmates out of an airlock, who would it be?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It'll stay inside the camera,
It'll never go anywhere.
Except
never
the
go on the
internet.
Right. This is a recording vault. It looks like a camera, but it's not.
It'll be unsealed underneath.
I would say, I gotta say one of the most fun dynamics to play with in the show is Holden's annoyance with Alex all the time. And it's one of the things I took directly from the books. Like, it establishes very early that he just rubs him the wrong way. So he's constantly yelling at Alex, just constantly. I guess you could throw him off the ship, but then who would fly?
That's true.
That's the problem, is that you throw any one of them off the ship, then you're kind of fucked.
What about the actual actors? Which one annoys you the most?
Oh, shit.
Okay. I wanted to ask about the leadership role that you're taking on in the show. In the first season, we see you kind of struggling a little bit. You're a little bit of a loudmouth, so that gets you in quite some trouble.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, in the second season, how is that progressing? How is it going with you taking over the crew and
it's
becoming the alpha more?
Yeah, it's an amazing arc to play. I mean, like you said earlier, it's like when you first meet Holden, he's so kind of naive and idealistic and inexperienced, and having gone through what he goes through at the end of season 1 on Eros, essentially witnessing and experiencing this awful genocide where people are being experimented on, hundreds of thousands of people, that he feels partially responsible for.
Yes.
In the beginning of season 2, you really see him traumatized by that and affected by it in a way that he becomes kind of myopically focused on figuring out what this weapon is and getting rid of it. And, I keep using this metaphor, and I hate doing it, but it's the only one that kind of rings true to me. It's what I used when I was working. It's Captain Ahab-ish arc, where the proto-molecule is this whale, and he's really pushed to the brink of madness by the end of the season. And, the more responsibility he takes on, and the more that this cascade of effects that he's started, kind of enforces itself upon the solar system at large, his idealism is starting to chip away. He's losing himself. And it was a very, I wouldn't say it's a fun arc to play, but it's a dynamic one. And I spoke to one of the top psychologists from the Canadian military before we started this year, just about what the effects were like on soldiers for the UN who felt this kind of awful sense of helplessness during the Rwandan genocide when they couldn't go and help anybody, and the guilt and the kind of survivor's guilt and remorse, and that affects Holden as a captain and as a leader, as a man, as a lover, as a son. It informs every single decision he makes, and so in short, he becomes a much more effective leader. And he wants to be a leader now because he wants to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
And before he was just trying to keep everybody alive, but now there's it's one thing, and everything comes second. People's lives come second. His own life comes second. It's all about figuring this out, and it was.
I'm so sorry about what is in the round.
Thank you so much.
Sorry,
Yeah, but
guys.
it was an incredible thing to play. I had a blast.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you
thank
so much.
you.
So lovely to meet you.
Take care, guys.